In this video, we're going to go over a rare storm that's going to be bringing snow to much of the south and even more snow to areas like the northeast. Now, right before we get into this, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any of my future videos on storms like these this winter and this upcoming spring. Now, look at the current GFS model. You can see we are looking at the current 12Z run, and the time and date will be in the top right corner of the screen, and this is currently being filmed about 4 p.m. Central Time. So we currently have some snow out west in Colorado, and as we move forward to tomorrow, Wednesday, the country is going to be pretty quiet in weather for the next couple of days. Before we get to January 9th, 6 a.m. And as you can see, we have some snow starting off in the north central plains, and this storm really starts to form up at 12 p.m. January 9th on the Thursday, where you're already seeing snow across portions of northern Texas. Oklahoma, Arkansas is already seeing some rare snow. And then we move to 6 p.m. on Friday, 6 p.m. on Thursday, and that snow will continue as we start to see more rain forming down here with this storm. And then we get to 12 a.m. This is now Friday, where you're starting to see some heavy rains down here, some heavier snow as well. Beginning to develop. We head further here, and this storm is not going to be looking likely to produce freezing rain, though it will be possible down here in areas like Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, but it's mainly looking like a snow and rainstorm as of right now. We're definitely going to see some heavier snow closer to this rain and snow line around 6 a.m. of Friday, and this storm becomes a lot more widespread. You can head around midday of Friday, 12 p.m. Central Time, and this is now heading towards the Eastern Time Zone. Once we get to around here, 12 p.m. Friday, you're seeing some heavy rains. I do expect some storms, but nothing really super severe weather-wise. You will see some storms down here, but nothing severe weather outbreak I'm expecting. You're going to see some heavier snow in areas like northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, but some of those areas as well could see a mix, which would lead to melting snow, which wouldn't accumulate properly. So some of these areas might see accumulating snow. Some of these areas might not see the accumulating snow they're hoping for. Tennessee pretty much is covered in snow by then. 12 p.m. of Friday, and then we get to 6 p.m. of Friday, and you are continuing to see snow. This snow actually heads a lot more north. So areas like where we saw that big snowstorm that hit these types of areas are going to see a little bit more snow from this storm late this week. You're continuing to see heavy snow pretty much covering the states of Kentucky, Tennessee, and now heading into North Carolina, where again we're heading to 12 a.m. Now Saturday, and this is where the worry for a potential ice storm is, where you're seeing this pink color, and that is freezing rain potential for areas like North Carolina, North Georgia, areas of South Carolina could see that potential for freezing rain overnight Friday into Saturday. And you're continuing to see that snow hitting areas of Kentucky and Tennessee, heading now into the Mid Atlantic. 6 a.m. of Saturday, and you're continuing to see some freezing rain. Continue to see that snowfall, but now exiting areas of Kentucky and Tennessee. Now hitting areas like Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York. We'll see a little bit of snowfall from this storm, and this storm will speed off throughout the day on Saturday into the Atlantic, bringing a little bit of snow to the northeast, but nothing dramatic. Here are those snowfall amounts for these areas in the south. We're going to go from west to east with these snowfall amounts, and these are only potential snowfall amounts, so these won't be exact. But you'll have a good idea with the GFS model. In these pinker colors, you're going to see upwards of 8 to 9 inches of snow. The more lighter you get, and the more less snow you're going to see. So areas like southeastern Oklahoma could see as little as 4 to 6 inches of snow, but that's still quite a bit for southeast Oklahoma. More of these bluer colors, you're going to see more of 3 to 4, maybe 5 inches of snow, which is again still quite a bit. These areas mainly saw ice with the last storm. So they're still recovering from all that ice. You've seen a lot of power outages across just south of the tri-state area. We head further east, and you can see those pinks getting a lot more darker. Northern Mississippi could see as much as a foot of snow, and that is a lot of snow for northern Mississippi. They do not typically see that much snow I think in total for an entire winter season. So that is a lot of snow for northern Mississippi. This snow is going to become a lot more scattered throughout Alabama, and this could also change for northern Mississippi. So keep that in mind. You can very well see the rain line. So areas anywhere south here is just going to see rain and storms. But some areas could definitely see some snow falling, just not accumulating. Maybe areas of northern Louisiana. I could potentially see snow falling in the air, but it won't accumulate with that rain. As we head further east here, you could see we across Alabama could see anywhere from 4 to 9 inches of snow. More of those northern portions of Alabama is going to see a higher chance of accumulating snowfall. But again, that rain line is just going to be like right there. So anywhere south there is pretty much going to see rain. But again, you might see snow falling in the air in some areas of central Alabama. Birmingham has that chance for snow if that temperature is just right. Northern Georgia definitely has some scattered amounts here, so I'd expect mainly rain in northern Georgia with that potential again for ice. But if you're in extreme northern Georgia, you definitely have a big chance for snow. Across Tennessee, you have widespread amounts of around 6 inches of snow, including the entire southern half of Tennessee, with the northern portion seeing less snowfall, more of 3 to 5 inches. Widespread in Kentucky, you're pretty much seeing the entire state of 3 to 5 inches of snow. These areas that just saw ice is only going to see a little bit of snow, a few inches probably, and widespread across the states of Ohio and Indiana, more so seeing 1 to 3 inches of snow. These areas in North Carolina will mainly be seeing ice, but the more west you are in North Carolina, you have that bigger chance for accumulating snow. I'd say around 6 inches of snow for western Tennessee, western North Carolina. And then we head into the mid-Atlantic, and these amounts are again going to be scattered. Virginia could see definitely a good amount with 4 to 6 inches of snow across the state. Pennsylvania seeing a dusting. As you head further to the northeast, you're really not going to see much snow from this storm. So that main swath of snow is pretty much going to be this area in the mid-Atlantic. But those Appalachians mountains will be seeing a bit of snow from this storm as well. Looking at freezing rain amounts, again, this storm has another ice storm with it, according to the GFS model, and this could bring Atlanta, Georgia, with some big time ice, as well as some other big cities like Charlotte, North Carolina. Could see ice here, as with these darker colors, you're potentially seeing upwards of half an inch of ice. The GFS typically inflates these ice amounts, so I'd expect a little bit less from each amount on this map. But across Georgia, pretty much the entire northern half of Georgia could be seeing ice from the storm, anywhere from 1/10 of an inch to higher to 1/4 of an inch to even half an inch of ice in more localized spots, which again, all those amounts are very dangerous, but the higher amounts, the more damage you are going to see from things like power lines and trees. North Carolina, again, you're going to see some heavy ice with the storm, potentially upwards of half an inch in some areas. Widespread, I'd say 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of ice, widespread across western North Carolina. And then when you get to North Carolina, it's going to be pretty scattered here, but Charlotte area could definitely see some big time ice with over 1/4 of an inch of ice possible. And then heading into Virginia, only the southeastern tip of Virginia is expected to see some ice from this, which will mainly cause slick roads and scattered powered outages. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to go down below and hit that big red subscribe button. Like the video and leave a comment down below if you're going to be impacted by the storm. Leave any questions down there. I'll be sure to answer them. And share this video with anyone that might be impacted by this storm or wants information on the storm. But as always, I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.